They marched from the station down to the armories. People lined up there. Every once in a while, some young woman, mostly young woman, come charging through the crowd, grab her husband like got so happy, then kind of disrupt the parade. And we got down to the armories there, and we had to go get our ration coupons and so on. That took time, but they had little places fenced off for the parents, families there, certain initials, And I remember hearing over the tannoy, I says to my brother Jack, he just got home a week before I did. He got home a week before Christmas, I got home a week after. He spent 6 years and 4 months in the Army, and most of the 6 years overseas. That's a long time for 18 years old when you start. And he's about to get in touch with him like that. Well, then I got these papers, and I went down to look for the teas. And I had to laugh. My mother, she saw me, and she broke away out, coming running down. Dad grabbed her. He says, "You're supposed to wait here to make a difference." So I got on. Jack showed up then, and a friend of mine, Paul O'Shea had showed up there. He owed me a couple of pounds. He gave that to me and said to keep in touch, but we never did. And it was an awful night coming home. The roads weren't cleared. We run into another car down here at Tividale. He was coming one way, and we were going the other way there, and we were both going about 5 miles an hour, so we just touched him right in the middle of the road. And we'd finally got home after several hours. My sister-in-law, my brother Ted, had married an English girl, and he had 1 week with her before he went to Italy and was killed. And she saw me come in like that, and she said, "Hello, Glenn," and upstairs bawling her head off. She asked her next day what happened. Well, she says, "You look so much like your brother Ted." And kind of a hard thing to see, I guess. My brother Jack and the fellow here in town at the time, they were very good friends. And Jack went in the Army the day war was declared, and so my brother Ted. Ted was killed in Italy. Jack came home after 6 years and 4 months in the Army. He met this fellow up the street here. Art says, "Hello, Jack. Haven't seen you around for a while." Jack says, "No, I was in the Army overseas." Well, he says, "Well," I forget how he put it first of all. He says, "What'd you get out of it?" Jack said, "Well, not too much, I guess." He says, "A bit of experience, maybe." Well, he says, "You're nothing but a bum." Art said to my brother Jack. Jack said, "What do you mean?" Well, he says, "You got nothing to show for it." He says, "You spent all the time in the Army." He said, "You have nothing to show for it." He says, "I waited till the war was just over." And he says, "I joined up." He says, "I got a farm out of it." He says, "You're nothing but a bum." Jack got a wee bit mad. He says, "Art," he says, "maybe you're right. But he says, I got one thing that you can't do." Art says, "Well, it's Jack." Jack says, "I can look in the mirror in the morning without being ashamed of what I see in there." Never spoke to him again.